A very good evening to you all. Welcome to the English News Bulletin here on Rwanda Television. We are glad that you could join us. Let us begin with the headlines. Political analysts in the region have raised concerns regarding the Democratic Republic of Congo's continued involvement and collaboration with the FDLR. Parents of students attending the Luzenlund International School in Wigisera district view the institution as a reflection of a strong leadership committed to finding solutions for national and community development. My name is Olive Nete. It's a pleasure to have you with us tonight. Let us take a closer look at the news. We'll start by informing you that President Paul Kagame has appointed 4 new senators, these being François-Xavier Kalinda, Bibiane Gahamanyi Mbai, Usta Kaitesi, and Soline Nyirahabimana. They come in addition to the 12 that won seats in the recent elections, 2 representing private and public universities in the country, as well as 2 representing National Consultative Forum of Political Organizations. Moving ahead, political analysts in the region have raised concerns regarding the Democratic Republic of the Congo's continued involvement and collaboration with the FDLR. Adam Squizera reports.
A few days ago, representatives from Rwanda, the Democratic Republic of Congo DRC, and Angola reached an important agreement to uphold a ceasefire between conflicting parties in the DRC, effective from August 4th, 2024. As part of this agreement, it was also decided that FDLR should be disarmed as well. Found that this sent as a dream on the part of DRC based on the statements leaked that demonstrates the country's willingness to receive some of those who completed their sentences on the crimes related to genocide against Tutsi. The genocide was orchestrated by the former government, led by a nepotistic group, headed by Sigira Nyirazo, the brother of Agathe Kanziga, a wife of Habyarimana. Among those sought by the Kinshasa government is Lieutenant Colonel Alphonse Neziryayo, along with Mugiraneza Prosper, who served as the Minister of Public Service and Labor. Others include Major François-Xavier Nzuoneme and Captain Inosa Sagahutu, who is the commander. Those individuals are being pursued by President Tshisekedi as the peace process continues and efforts to disarm the FDLR group are underway. According to the legal principles, individuals who have completed their sentences are entitled to their freedom. However, Dr. Muref Alphonse highlights that this could have significant implications for the implementation of the Rwanda process.
I would say that the decision is not illegal, but not all illegal decisions are good decisions. Because when the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda was being created, the international community was convinced that the process at the tribunal would contribute to national reconciliation and maintenance of peace in the region, not only in Rwanda, but in the region. So one would want to understand, based on the current atmosphere in the region, whether the decision to transfer these former convicts and acquitted persons of ICTR to the DRC is in that thinking. And I would submit that it is contrary to that spirit, and for that reason, even if the decision is not illegal, but it is a bad decision because it frustrates the peace processes in the region.
This is further found by Ale Mukurarinda, the deputy spokesperson of the government of Rwanda, who notes that such actions reflect a duality in approach by the party involved in the issue, which complicates the ongoing talks aimed at achieving peace. Today, the way discussions are flowing, we see the one who don't have the will, while recently they were saying that Rwanda is the cause. Dr. Murefu also points out that beyond avoiding the willingness This situation further solidifies the direct collaboration between DRC and the FDLR.
They found a state that is willing, even if they should have examined the bad faith of the state that promised to receive them. For them, they think that is something that is going to lift the burden on the UN system. Again, I think those reasons do not justify their failure to consider the contribution of the tribunal to the peace processes in the region. And for that reason, it is a bad decision, I think.
Dr. Bizimana Jean Damascene highlights that there is a country in the world that persistently promotes and legitimizes the genocide ideology and its perpetrators. I know of no other country in the world where individuals have killed over 1 million of their own citizens, committed genocide, and then fled to a foreign country and welcomed back. This foreign country supports them even after 30 years, glorifying them and absolving their crimes, allowing them to return and continue their genocidal agenda, as if they felt their mission is not yet complete. At the beginning, a document that requests Niger to send back individuals who completed their sentences of crimes related to genocide against Tutsi, allowing them to reside in DRC. This document was later alleged to be a fake leak. However, a confidential document later leaked from the International Residual Mechanism for Criminal Tribunals was responding to that of DRC. Adams Kwizera, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Adams, for the details. Now, moving ahead, the Senate President, Dr. François-Xavier Kalinda, received members of the Standing Committee on Transport, Infrastructure and Housing of the National Council of Namibia. Their discussions stressed on sharing ideas on the affordable housing policy. Prince Manzi with more.
This delegation of 6 senators are in Rwanda for a week and will have discussions with various institutions, including the National Land Authority. The chairperson of the Standing Committee on Transport, Infrastructure and Housing of the National Council of Namibia, Senator Alphonse Abraham, reiterates that Rwanda sets an example in hygiene and socio-economic well-being of citizens.
Yes, we are in a study visit to share ideas and experiences with our colleague here, how they are handling the providing of land for housing in urban setups, especially for the middle and the raw and ultra-raw incomes. Because in African countries, we have the similar things, that we have a higher rural urban immigrations. The people immigrate to the towns looking for the better lives, either for works and so on. Then we have the similar situation that houses become a problem. You find our people in shacks and informal settlements, and then all our Africans want to reduce such setups in our local authorities so that our people have a better house. So that's why we are here.
Senator Alphonse Abraham also emphasizes what his team learns from Rwanda.
Oh yes, we are impressed very high that people here, they are driving friendly with low speeds. And what is impressed very high is a cleanliness, that this country is very clean on the road and side. You cannot see any plastics and anything rolling. Then we started raining already from yesterday. When we visited the town there and there, we learned a lot.
The Rwandan Senate President, Dr. François-Xavier Kalinda, reiterates that what is done in Rwanda is based on policies and laws in place. They will have time to be elaborated more by the institutions in charge, but as the Senate, we also discussed relations of both parliaments, which we want to enrich. At the beginning of this year, Rwanda and Namibia signed various agreements in trade, economy, among others. It is expected that these senators will visit various affordable housing projects across the country and have discussions with the National Land Authority.
Thank you, Prince, for the details. Now, researchers from Rwanda and beyond are convening in Kigali for a 2-day conference focused on advancing sustainable agriculture and ensuring food security in the face of climate change. The discussions center on strategies to enhance agricultural productivity and preserve harvest quality before reaching the market. We have detailed information on the story. Jean Désiré has unveiled an innovative method to help fruit and vegetable farmers preserve their produce from harvest to market, preventing damage and reducing waste. Simultaneously, Hirwa Claire d'André is focused on reviving Rwandan indigenous chicken breeds which are nearing extinction, but these possess remarkable disease resistance, far surpassing previous strains.
What we are solving, when you go around or if you come from a rural area, you really understand that farmers experience the post-harvest loss. When we use data, we have seen that our post-harvest loss in Rwanda is between 15 to 30% decrease in produce. And then for us, we think, what can we do for those farmers? And then we say that what driver that can cause those post-harvest loss? We have seen that the first driver for that problem is the lack of cold storage facility. The second driver is the lack of cold transportation. The third one is market access issue. And as Kivu Code Group, we come up with two different products to make sure that we can solve the problem.
We have identified that we have limited access to indigenous chicken genetics because of genetic erosion of indigenous chicken. Then after seeing all of those problems, we have identified different solutions. Those solutions, it means we have to improve the indigenous chicken productivity by using phenotypic and genomic selection, and also breeding and feeding and health technologies.
In Kigali, the National Council for Science and Technology is hosting a two-day international conference on eco-friendly agricultural technologies. This event brings together researchers from universities worldwide, decision-makers from various countries, entrepreneurs in agriculture and livestock, and other stakeholders. NSST Executive Secretary Dr. Mutimura Eugene highlights the role of science and technology in fostering agricultural resilience to climate change.
Look forward to exciteful scientific engagement with reaching experience from various stakeholders covering various topics on emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, data science, Internet of Things, and many more. These technologies improve agricultural productivity, enhancing crop yield, and promoting sustainability.
Agriculture and livestock contribute to air pollution at a rate of 10%, while up to 40% of perishable produce is lost before reaching the market in Africa. Dr. Ildefonse Musafiri, Minister of Agriculture and Animal Resources, emphasizes the need for researchers to address these pressing challenges. Alongside the conference, there is an exhibition showcasing research projects in agriculture and animal resources. This event takes place every 2 years and aims to promote climate-resilient agriculture through science and technology, ultimately enhancing food security and nutrition. In the second quarter of 2024, the agricultural sector experienced a growth rate of 7%, contributing 25% to the country's gross domestic product. Now to the education sector, parents of students attending the Luzenlund International School in Mugesera district view the institution as a reflection of strong leadership committed to finding solutions for national and community development. This was reiterated during the school's first reception ceremony held for students who successfully passed the 2023-2024 national primary school exams, and the group included students returning from schools abroad. We have details. For students enrolling at Nari Luizenlund International School in Mugesera, successfully passing the national exams was just the first step. Admission also required passing an entry exam, and more than 120 of the 240 candidates did not qualify. Some of the students who passed the entry exams and secured a spot at the school expressed their commitment to excel in their studies.
The chance which I got to this school was actually a chance of a scholarship. So, I'm going to use this chance, to advocate, because I'm basically focusing technology. So I'm going to use this chance, to focus more in my studies, like developing new technology parts, software, which will actually help doctors, because many doctors are lacking the the knowledge to use devices which are given to treat patients, and they want to create one which actually simulates, like a robot, which actually simulates a doctor to give instructions what to do. Especially, it will be mostly affordable and cheap, which is actually accessible in the villages, because most things are not in the villages, and I want it to be accessible and cheap so that it can reach the villages. It is really not common, and I want that chance to give everyone an opportunity to explore their mind into STEM, and also give my younger generation, which is growing, a future that this school will also hold for them.
The Ntare Louise Lund School began construction in 2019, inspired by former students of Ntare School, including the President of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, who studied at this school in 1972 to 1976, and the Ugandan President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who was a student at this school in 1962 to 1966. Both leaders, as members of the Ntare School Old Boys Association, played key roles in the establishment of the school, which officially opened its doors this Monday in Bugesera district. Kamburu Charles, advisor to the Ntare School Old Boys Association, elaborated on the origins of the idea to create this institution.
What the country and the government prioritized was to implement changes that could contribute to the development of the nation. You know, the country has gone through a lot, and as alumni of Ntare School, we recognized the need for a school like this. This is the education system.
Parents believe that establishing a school like this in Rwanda demonstrates a commitment to addressing challenges that hinder the country's development.
Having a school like this in the country is not a small achievement. It's a great idea, and these great ideas come from our leaders. It didn't remain just an idea, it was implemented, and now we see how students are enrolled. They come from different backgrounds and competed to be here. They will surely excel, and I would say this is visionary. Having a vision is an opportunity we must take full advantage of.
Damien Vassallo, the head of Ntare Louise Lund School, reassures the country that the school will do everything necessary to ensure students graduate with the skills and knowledge the country is looking for.
We really want to create young citizens, global citizens, who are prepared to invest in their education, to invest in a better future. Education and international education, the IB education that we strive to offer here, is a kind of education whose mission is creating a better world through mutual understanding and respect. And so we hope that our students go forth from this learning community with the skills to tackle the challenges of the 21st century, and not just to work to make a name for themselves or to be personally successful. Certainly that's also important, this individual journey, but having an impact on the community, this social dimension of education, the partnership with the Republic of Rwanda for promoting our Plus STEM scholars and for standing behind us and supporting us as we go on this venture of creating what I hope will be and what promises to be the best school in Rwanda and hopefully in the East African region.
The inaugural class at the Ntare Louise Lund School consists of 145 students who will be the first cohort of this institution. Of these, 120 are funded by the government, while 25 students will pay over 7 million Rwandan francs per term, amounting to more than 21 million per year. The curriculum focuses on mathematics, construction, technology and physics. As an international school with boarding facilities, it has the capacity to accommodate over 1,100 students. The campus features 35 classrooms, each designed to hold 30 students, along with 5 fully equipped science laboratories. Tomorrow news on Monday at Police Training School, Gishari, the Ministry of Interior, in partnership with the Regional Center on Small Arms and Light Weapons, launched the Africa Amnesty Month 2024, aimed at sensitizing people on surrendering illicit small arms and light weapons. The event was officiated by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Interior. Also in presence were the Executive Secretary of the REXA and the National Focal Person on Small Arms and Commandant of PTS Gishari, among others. The launch also included the kickoff of the training on physical security and stockpile management offered to 40 staffs from Rwanda Defense Force and security organs.
It is a global threat, it is a continental threat, it is a regional threat, it is a country threat, but also it is an individual threat. It is a threat to peace and security, but a threat to the development. You can't develop any country, any community, while there is a presence of illicit small arms and light weapons. So today we are launching a campaign of voluntary surrendering of illicit possessed firearms. And at the same time, we are launching a training on physical security and stockpile management, which is a training for the defense and security staff for efficient and for efficient management of weapon and ammunition. So with this capacity building training, we are sure that they will improve their knowledge and their practical skills on improving the weapon and ammunition management in order to avoid any diversion.
Rwanda is one of the countries we have to learn more about the Rwanda securities approach, because Rwanda is implementing the Nairobi Protocol in the right way. Because we have a protocol. This protocol declines all process of managing weapons. So Rwanda is one of the countries who do the best practices, implement the best practices. So wherever we go, we try to take Rwanda as an example so that other countries can also do the same.
To other matters, residents of Nyungwe National Park, including former poachers, have shifted to alternative projects aimed at improving their livelihoods. This change comes as the park's management revealed that over 818 million Rwandan francs from the previous year's budget were allocated to 13 community projects benefiting those living around Nyungwe. Adam Squizera with more.
Mujenda Shamba Emmanuel, once a hunter in Nyungwe National Park, used to spend extended periods inside the park, even up to a week, waiting to hunt. His story reflects a transformation, as many former poachers like him have turned to other projects to foster development in the area. After getting skills that helped us to drop out from poaching, we brought the tools we used in poaching. Mujenda Shamba's work in traditional medicinal garden in Chitabi showcases a significant shift towards sustainable practices in the region. With over 180 species of herbs and trees, not only preserves the traditional medicine, but also offers a valuable resource for the local community. One of the members of the Nyungwe Nziza cooperative, which recently received 5 pigs, expressed confidence in their breeding practices, highlighting the assurance of good welfare for all members. We have never had sufficient financial support to help us to build this, but now it has greatly benefited us. Investors find Nyungwe National Park as a promising opportunity to develop hotels and tourist accommodations, creating valuable employment for the local community. We no longer have unemployed individuals. Instead, investors are providing us with job opportunities. Nyungwe National Park boasts over 1,000 species of trees and plants alongside 85 species of animals covering more than 1,000 hectares. Every year, Nyungwe National Park allocates 10% of its income to benefit the local community. In the 2023-2024 budget, for instance, 818 million Rwandan francs were distributed across 13 projects, supporting residents living near the park. In our activities, we collaborate with the residents in neighboring Nyungwe National Park to enhance the revenue generated from it. Last year, Nyungwe National Park was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, boosting confidence that tourist numbers will continue to rise. This increase is expected to enhance funds generated from the local community, providing even more support for the residents.
Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast. On behalf of the Technical and News Production team, we wish you a productive week ahead. Until next time, goodbye.